Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're diving straight into a massive topic, mass casualty incidents. We're going to break down what you, as the ED registrar, absolutely need to know. Think of this as the high-yield stuff, not just for your fellowship exams, but for that moment the phone rings on your next shift. Okay, so picture this. You're the senior reg on duty, and that call just came through. 20-plus casualties, ETA 15 minutes. Your heart's probably pounding, right? That's the adrenaline dump. But what you need right now isn't adrenaline. It's a plan. A clear, structured approach is the only thing that's going to get you through the chaos that's literally minutes away. So before we even start acting, let's get the terminology straight. Because what you hear over the radio, that language is super specific for a reason. You've got to know what it means to know how big this is.
First up, a disaster. Now, this is the big one. This means your local system, your hospital, everything is completely overwhelmed. It forces a really tough change in mindset. Normal standards of care, they kind of go out the window. The goal shifts to doing the most good for the most people possible, which is a very different way of thinking.
Okay, then there's a mass casualty incident, or an MCI. And honestly, this is the one you're much more likely to face. The key difference? Your resources are stretched to the absolute breaking point, but the system isn't totally broken. With your disaster plan and some help from the outside, you can manage this surge.
All right, so while you're scrambling to get the ED ready, it's crucial to remember there's a whole other operation happening out there at the scene itself. Understanding how they're structured, well, that helps you figure out what's coming your way.
In Australia, this is built around a gold, silver, and bronze command structure. So bronze is right there on the ground doing the hands-on work. Silver is coordinating all the different services on scene. And gold, that's the big picture, strategic command. What this means for you in the hospital is that the info you get has already gone up the chain. It's strategic, not necessarily patient-by-patient detail at first. And that strategic info often comes in the form of a METHANE report. This is your first really structured piece of intel. It's an acronym, right? Major incident, exact location, type, and so on. But for you in the ED, two letters are absolutely critical. H for hazards, think contamination, PPE, and N for the number of casualties. Those two things basically dictate the scale of your entire hospital response. Okay, let's bring it back to the hospital. You've got that METHANE report. That single piece of information is the trigger. It's what flips the switch on your hospital's entire disaster plan. And in Australia, that switch has a name. Code Brown. When you hear Code Brown announced over the hospital PA, that's it. That's the system-wide alert for an external disaster. And it sets a whole cascade of pre-planned actions into motion, not just in the ED, but everywhere. Now, the clock is ticking. Those first 15 minutes are all about one thing, making space. You're doing 3 things at once, and they have to happen fast. 1, get non-critical patients out of the ED. Clear the decks. 2, check your critical stock. We're talking blood, drugs, airway gear. 3, get on that phone tree and recall off-duty staff. This isn't sequential. It's all happening right now. And then, the first ambulance arrives. The doors open. Okay, this is it. The real work starts now. And your number one job, the single most important thing to prevent total chaos, isn't fancy diagnostics. It's triage. A simple, repeatable triage process is everything. And the system for that is called Start Triage. Now, this is a massive exam topic, so you have to know this cold. It's a 4-step algorithm designed to be done in under a minute. First, can they walk? If yes, they're green. If no, you move on. Step 2, are they breathing? How fast? Step 3, check their perfusion. Is there a radial pulse? And finally, step 4, can they follow a simple command? Based on those answers, you categorize them. It's that fast.
So what you're doing here is completely throwing out the first-come, first-served model we use every day. Your whole job is to find the priority 1, the red patients. These are the ones with immediate, life-threatening injuries who you can actually save. They get your best people and your best gear first. Everybody else, they have to wait. It's a brutal but necessary calculation.
And this is where your role is so different. As the triage officer, you are not a hands-on doctor right now. You are command and control. You stand at the door, you do the start triage, you direct patient flow, and, this is the hardest part, you have to resist the urge to jump in and treat any one person. Your treatment teams, they're the ones in the red, yellow, and green zones doing the procedures. That division of labor is what makes the whole system work.
Okay, so fast forward a few hours. The stream of ambulances has finally stopped. It feels like it might be over, but it's not even close. Now we move into the aftermath, the recovery phase. And this isn't just about the patients. It's about recovering your department, your staff, and your systems from a massive hit. And a huge part of that recovery is the lessons learned debrief. This is totally non-negotiable. Every single incident, whether it's real or just a drill, has to be followed by a formal debrief. And the key here is that it's a blame-free zone. The whole point is just to figure out what worked, what broke, and how we can make the plan even better for the next time. So you have to ask the hard questions. Your department got through it, but what needs to change? Seriously, what broke? Was the communication system a nightmare? Did we run out of chest drains way too early? Could anyone figure out the patient tracking software? Finding those weak points after the chaos has passed is exactly what this is all about. All right, let's wrap this up with the exam pearls. If you're studying for the ACM fellowship, these are the absolute must-know high-yield facts.
So here they are. 1. The 4 phases: prevention, preparedness, response, and recovery. 2. METHANE, that's your pre-hospital communication standard. 3. Code Brown, the trigger for the whole hospital plan. 4. START, your go-to primary triage algorithm. And 5, and this underpins everything: safety first, your staff, the scene, and then the survivors. These 5 points are the absolute bedrock of disaster management, and you can bet they'll come up in your exams.
And let's finish on this one critical idea: triage early and triage often. Seriously, this isn't a one-and-done thing. A patient's condition changes. That stable yellow patient can suddenly become a critical red. That's why you have to keep re-triaging. It's the only way to make sure your resources are going where they'll do the most good, moment to moment.
So, what should we tackle next? We really want to make these explainers as useful as possible for you. So drop a comment below and let us know what emergency medicine topic you want us to break down next time.
And hey, if you found this helpful, do us a favor and hit that like button and subscribe for more high-yield EM content. It's all designed to help you crush your exams and be ready for whatever comes through those doors. Thanks for watching and stay safe out there.